Ready. Divorce black market. Fade in, exterior, divorce market, day. Jack is on a mission to find someone on a permanent basis. He really wants to get married, but with the rate of divorce being so high, he's a little concerned that his marriage is likely to end up that way. He's heard of this new legislation that has been recently introduced that allows couples to purchase a divorce nice and early in their marriage. It is rather like an insurance policy, so that should things go south, they can invoke their insurance policy and walk away with the agreement made at divorce purchase. Jack has come to market that sells these policies at discount prices, but it's not exactly legal. The first stall that Jack comes to is owned by Chad.
Hello, I'd like to buy a divorce, please.
You married?
No, not yet.
We don't sell divorces to unmarried folks.
I will get married, just want one in the back pocket.
That's not how it works.
What do you mean?
Well, in order to invoke the policy, if you got one, you would have had to have been married for at least 6 months, been happy, then indifferent, then be totally pissed off by them.
All in a matter of 6 months?
Yes, sometimes it's pretty quick.
Is that a requirement?
Well, sir, that's how it normally works.
But I want one on the cheap before I get married.
Why?
So I don't have to pay out so much, avoid the hit to the bank account.
Oh, sort of planning ahead.
Yes, makes sense, right?
It does make sense, but we don't do that. But Willie over there has stuff that may interest you. He does weird stuff.
Oh, okay, then I'll go see him.
But keep it hush, hush, okay?
Yeah, for sure. Mum's the word.
Okay.
Jack makes his way to Willie's stall discreetly.
You're Willie, right?
Who's asking, buddy?
I'm Jack. That guy over there sent me.
Oh, you mean Chad?
Yes, if that's his name.
Yep, that's Chad. Sends me all the dodgy characters.
I'm not dodgy.
Yet to be determined, Mac. Well, you're here because Chad couldn't help you, right?
Yeah, sort of.
Okay, what's your name and what are you after?
Well, I'm Jack, and I'd like to purchase a divorce.
Don't tell me you're not married.
Does it show?
You do stand out.
Man, I must be so green.
Yes, green you are, but I like you. So I will help you.
Oh, thanks.
All right, come to my office. It's too public here.
Do you have an office and a market?
Yes, of course. I'm a businessman. I do all my work here.
Where is it?
Under the table, of course.
You're kidding.
No, absolutely not.
So we're doing an under the table thing under the table.
Well, that's one way of putting it.
Probably the only way of putting it.
All right, to business. So you'd like to purchase a divorce and you're not married?
Yep, that's the ticket. I want one ahead of time just in case.
A very wise move, my young Padawan.
It's very Star Wars of you.
Just getting you comfortable. Okay, so we're going to have to do some jiggery pokery to get you what you want.
It sounds quite hokey the way you said that.
It's a little messy, but I assure you I have done this before.
Glad to hear it. Will it be legal should the time come to invoke it?
Oh, yes. No one will question it.
That's a relief.
Do you know who you're going to get married to?
No, I haven't even met her yet.
Okay, in that case, we'll just call her Mrs. What's your last name?
Franklin?
We'll call her Mrs. Franklin.
But what if she doesn't want to take my last name?
You're going to have to work on her, my friend, so she does.
So that becomes a showstopper for any hookup.
I would say so. So, Mrs. Franklin it is. Next, what is the history you'd like to put down as being the reason for the divorce?
I haven't quite thought about that. Any suggestions? I mean, what are the common garden variety reasons?
So there's adultery, of course. Most people go for that.
I'm not sure I'd like to cite that.
Okay, well, how about abandonment? That's pretty popular.
What does that mean?
Well, it means she just disappeared, sometimes without a trace.
Really? That happens a lot?
More than one would think.
Well, if she disappears without a trace, how is the divorce policy invoked?
That's the easy part. It's determined she's out of sight, out of mind. And so it happens automatically.
Oh,
If I were you and you get an inkling she's going to abandon you, just convince her to disappear without a trace.
and how do I do that?
Just be as obnoxious as you can.
Well, that'll be hard for me to do.
A lot of men say that. But believe me, with what you're going to experience and with the amount you're set to lose, obnoxious will be easy. It'll come naturally. Trust me.
Okay, I'm convinced. Put me down for abandonment. What else?
Usually, that's all you're going to need. But do you want to make it foolproof?
Oh, yes, please. I don't want any comeback.
Okay, then. How about battering?
I'm not the battering type.
No, you misunderstand. I mean, you being battered.
Oh, does that happen a lot?
Once again, more than you'd think. You've heard of Lorena Bobbitt, I'm assuming.
No?
She's the one who, in the early hours of June 23rd, 1993, took an 8-inch knife from her apartment's kitchen and cut off the penis of her husband, John Wayne Bobbitt. Then she drove away from their apartment and threw the severed organ into a field in Manassas, Virginia.
You're kidding.
Nope, a very famous case.
Oh, I don't want to get hooked up with someone like that.
I'm pretty sure John didn't expect that to happen either, but she had her reasons. He was a little bit of a douchebag, sleeping around.
Well, I feel sorry for her already. Pretty sure she would have benefited from having bought a divorce early.
Right, and she wouldn't have gone to all that trouble.
Yeah. Yuck. Oh, think of all the blood.
You, my friend, need to be squeaky clean. Let your other half be the antagonist.
Got it. Okay, let's go for a little bit of battering.
How much?
Well, how about a couple of black eyes and a broken rib?
Okay, that'll work.
So what's next?
Okay, we seem to have nailed the reason. Now, how much would you like to settle for?
No idea.
Let's put it another way. After how long do you think the marriage is likely to fall apart?
That's a good question.
All right. Shall I pull up some stats?
Sure, I could do with some help.
Okay. The stats say the majority of marriages fall apart after 8 years.
Interesting. I'm going to have to survive for 8 years.
Are you already having doubts whether it's going to last?
I think I am.
Well, Jack, there is, of course, a chance your marriage is likely to last longer.
That's true, but the stats are against me, and being a statistician, I believe in statistics.
How unfortunate for you. Like being superstitious and owning a black cat.
Well put, my friend.
All right. So the settlement. What'd you think?
Again, I think I'm going to need your help.
How much do you earn?
So, in a good year, about 100,000.
Good for you. So let's say 5,000 for every year of marriage.
Less would be better.
Again, what I've quoted is an average.
Can we knock it down a little?
What's your figure then?
I'd be happier with 4,000 for every year of marriage.
4,000 it is.
So if she disappears without a trace, am I still on the hook for paying that?
No, of course not. Be obnoxious, my friend. Start practicing now.
I see your point.
Many will hate you, but you'll be a little better off.
Well, what a sacrifice. I'll have to think about that.
Well, you need to do what you feel is best.
So is that it?
Yes, I believe I have everything. I need to put divorce policy together for you.
Nice. When will it be ready and how much?
About a week. My fees are $100 in cash.
Of course. See you next Saturday then?
Yes, that would be perfect. Bye for now. See you next Saturday.
Fade out. The end.